How is the undersea internet cable repaired if a shark cuts it? More importantly, how is the exact location of the break determined in the vast ocean? From videos to all of YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and even the global tech network today, everything is connected to the internet, and all of this internet traffic flows through hidden cables beneath the ocean. This is the highway we use every day but can never see. Welcome to Anifoverse. The undersea cable network has become so vast that it connects all continents. These cables are laid as deep as 8,000 meters, where the pressure is as high as 5,300 kilograms per square inch. It's like placing the weight of an African elephant on the smallest toe of a human foot, and under this immense pressure, the thinnest part of the cable exists. It stretches across the Black Sea from Azerbaijan to Turkmenistan, with a length of around 300 kilometers, and its longest part, about 6,600 kilometers long, is called the Maria Cable. It starts from Virginia Beach in the United States, travels through the deep depths of the Atlantic Ocean, and ends in Spain. If we talk about the cables laid in the oceans of the world, their total length exceeds 1.4 million kilometers, which is so much that if these cables were wrapped around all the planets and moons of our solar system, there would still be enough cable to wrap around the Earth again. Obviously, laying such long cables, especially at depths of 8,000 meters, is no easy task. Just laying 1 kilometer of submarine cable costs up to $25 million US. Now you can imagine how much it would cost to lay 1.4 million kilometers of cable. So why was this all necessary? When today the same work could be done by satellites, keeping the whole world connected wirelessly. In fact, submarine cables exist worldwide for 4G networks. Each cable can carry 4,000 terabytes of data every second. Think of it this way. On just one cable, 80 million people can stream 4K movies simultaneously. In comparison, a satellite can only support 24,000 people watching the same 4K movie at the same time. To meet demand, more satellites would be needed, which would be costly and require maintenance. Compared to submarine cables, satellite maintenance is much more expensive and difficult. And if a satellite fails, it would cost $50 million to replace it. That's why laying millions of kilometers of cables under the sea is easier than satellite or wireless connectivity. This undersea highway constantly carries millions of gigabytes of data. This means the highway needs to be quite wide. In fact, these cables are thicker than a regular fiber optic cable, but not so fast. While these yellow and black cables look as thick as a hose pipe, the actual fiber optic cable running inside is as thin as a human hair. So how does so much data travel through such a thin wire? The core of the cable, known as the fiber optic core, is made of glass or plastic. Light passes through it, carrying data in tiny packets. First, the data in a computer is converted from electrical signals to light signals using a transmitter. The transmitter does this with laser light or LEDs. This light signal is transmitted in pulses. One pulse represents on, and when there is no pulse, it means off. The core carries the light from one place to another, with the light traveling through the fiber. Surrounding this core is a material called cladding, which prevents the light from escaping. If the light tries to escape, the cladding reflects it back into the core. This process is called total internal reflection. Over longer distances, this light signal works perfectly, and after every few kilometers, a repeater is placed to boost the light signal. A copper layer is added outside the core and cladding to power the repeaters. So, the power passed through the copper layer is used to power these amplifiers. Fiber optic cables can also carry multiple signals at the same time. This method is called wavelength division multiplexing, WDM. Different colors of light travel together through the fiber, each carrying different data packets. As we know, the speed of light is 300,000 kilometers per second. This data travels at the speed of light from one place to another, almost instantly. Once it reaches its destination, it is converted back into electrical signals using a photodiode or photodetector. Then the computer or mobile device converts it into images, videos, or any other format. The submarine cable is thicker due to the 7 layers of protection against the extreme pressure of the ocean. However, despite all these layers, these cables can still get damaged due to earthquakes, sharks, attacks, and even ocean currents. But the biggest cause of damage is fishing. Some ships perform bottom trawling, dragging a trawl net along the ocean floor to catch fish. If this net accidentally drags over the submarine cable, it can cause severe damage to the cable. Now you might wonder how the exact location of the damage is found in such a vast and lonely ocean. How is the damage pinpointed? Well, modern submarine cables are about an inch thick and weigh 4 grams per kilometer. That means thousands of kilometers of wire are laid on the ocean floor using special ships. After research, a specific area is selected and large rolls of cable are brought to that location. A robotic machine, which can move along the ocean floor, is used to dig and lay the cables simultaneously, up to a meter deep. It's a very slow process, requiring great care. According to estimates, it took 2 years to lay the 6,600 kilometers of cable between the US and Europe. If the cable runs out, another vessel carrying more cable is sent, and the process continues. The biggest obstacle in this entire process is the weather. The Atlantic Ocean is known for strong winds year-round. These winds can turn into storms quickly, halting the work. Additionally, the Atlantic Ocean is prone to Category 1 hurricanes. Even as I researched this video, a Category 1 hurricane was in the Atlantic, expected to reach Ireland by August 20th. Due to these strong storms, installation work often gets delayed until the weather clears. If installation is this difficult, imagine how hard it would be to repair the cable. At both ends of the cable, data centers constantly monitor the cable's performance. When the connection breaks, it signals that somewhere in the ocean, the cable has been damaged. To locate the exact damage point, a special device called an optical time domain reflectometer, OTDR, is used. It sends a light pulse from both ends, and because the cable is broken, the pulse reflects back. The time it takes for the returning pulse to come back and the remaining strength of the signal help determine exactly how many kilometers of the cable are damaged. This process is performed from both ends, and it is verified whether the locations from both sides match. The DC supply, the current sent through the cable, is then turned off, and ROVs, remotely operated vehicles, are sent to the seabed at that location. Using these ROVs, the cable is first physically inspected, and then the damaged section of the cable is brought up to the surface vessel. The damaged portion is cut out and replaced with a new section. Since the core of fiber optic cables is made of glass, this task must be carried out with extreme caution to ensure the glass pieces join seamlessly, as if they were a single unit. This process is known as supply sinking. If the cable is short or the seabed is at a significant depth, the cable is first lifted to the surface. An additional wire section is spliced and laid back down. The same process is then carried out at the other end of the broken wire. How they work, their benefits, installation, and repair. Hopefully, many of your questions have been answered through this video. I hope you'll show your support by liking and sharing the first video of NFOverse. Thank you so much for watching the video. See you in the next amazing video.